Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I am back again, looking down on the oddly shaped donut that is Neuve Revergrad. Hopefully one day it won't look like an oddly shaped donut, right? Kind of like a letter O or zero, in any event. I intended to work a little bit more in between the episodes, and not too much, but normally what I'll do just to even get warmed up and, kind of get my thoughts wrapped together around what we're doing is go to the different construction areas and just, kind of figure out what these guys are doing. So that way when I first start talking, I can, already have this guy assigned. And I have been typically kind of coming out to here, say, and, going to Project North and getting him going, and I'll, depending on how long I intend to work between the episodes, it gives me a chance to, see what's going on in the map. And I found this. And this is getting very frustrating for me because there's just no real reason. I'm convinced. I had paused before I actually started the episode and said there's just no reason for these guys to be doing this. But they're coming into here, and then they are... like, this guy has no reason whatsoever to come in here. And you say, oh, well, he could be getting fuel. It's like, well, fine, go get fuel. But, that's why I have the loop around here, right? So when they get fuel, they can come all the way up here, loop around, and then come back on this track. But certain trains, for some reason, are deciding to come in here like that's the best way to go instead of going straight. Like, in other words, there's no one-way situation. If we come here to our track laying and we just open up the signaling, right? This is all one way, kind of as it should be. This isn't. We can make that one way in, I guess. But in any event, this guy I don't think was coming from that direction. The only other thing I can think of is that they're trying to do this as a loop around. Like maybe they went and got fuel and they're coming back this way, but then, if they went and got fuel all the way up here and they're coming back, why wouldn't they just go this way, right? Like there's, and same thing here. Like no matter what, if you go to get fuel here, it just doesn't make any sense why you would ever come into here. So let's see if we can't get this straightened out. And the first idea of getting it straightened out that I have is, I intended for this to be the in track, right? So what I'd like to do is this will be one big block right in here because I don't see any other way to really signal that. That's just a mess. So what I'd like to do is, like, say, leave enough room that a train could, well, it doesn't really matter if they sit there, does it? If it's just one big block. So if we had a, signal here and say like a signal on the opposite side going this way, this would force them into the proper one-way situation, right? And I don't really have this marked as one way either, but what I think we need to do is get this guy to turn around. And let's start time up again. And then he's not going to be able to go too far without getting a signal, but hopefully he'll get out of this block for long enough for me to hit pause. There you go. So now, before this guy even moves, I want to get rid of this signal, which turns that guy red, right? And I'm going to get rid of this signal so that when this guy turns around, hopefully he'll decide to go the right way. See, he's going to say, wait a minute, I can't go that way because I'm trying to go one way the wrong way, because this should be the in. There we go. So now at least when they come in there, they shouldn't do this crisscross. Now the question is, why do we even have this crisscross, right? Like, I think I did it just for the construction. So I'm going to come in here. Oops. I'm going to come in here, and hopefully we can carefully get rid of the crisscross. I don't see any real reason for it. Right? So now, at least, when we have signals here, like this will say, okay, you're out of the block. So let's change this to a Regner signal, and then we can have a signal coming in. Yeah, and hopefully that won't cause any problems. But shouldn't be many trains that actually need to come in here. So then the other thing to do would be, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this signal altogether, just because, well, yeah, I probably need, that will make this a bit of a mess if I don't have a signal coming here and here. So let's, yeah, I think I kind of need to make, yeah, see, this is a problem because you can't, it's not long enough to get trains off of here. Well, some of our trains could fit, right? Let's do that. Let's, yeah, the train coming in shouldn't need a signal. So let's get rid of this one. Like, you're going to go all the way up. Yeah, train coming in doesn't get a signal. So if you want to come in that way, you can. And then the trains coming back out will have a signal just to stop them here. Now the problem is if a train is sitting here, we're going to get goofy rednesses, aren't we? So I think what I'll do, let's just get rid of all of these signals then. And even though it's going to be a bit of a mess, we'll see if that doesn't, you know, it'll stop things up, but then this will just be one huge block. And then hopefully if they do stop, they're not jamming up traffic, right? Because this is almost a bigger problem than the trains not getting around, right? So let's see what happens. Now, why did you get a okay, you cleared your question mark. Now you should be able to go too. Why don't you? Okay, yeah, so you're go. So at least now if they come in there, you know, yeah, at least if they come in there now, they should at least go around in a one-way and not end up head-on. All right, so I'm going to pause it for a minute for a different reason. So at least traffic's flowing there again, which is a good thing. All right, so now this is another problem that I have, is that we're kind of backed up. And I wanted to mention this anyway, just to show you guys. The Nee had mentioned this, one of the viewers, and you probably might have seen some of her comments, but while we were in the live stream, she mentioned that she couldn't get bricks to be dropped off. And if you notice, all of our bricks, and we have like more stuff in here than the place can actually handle. So what would happen is if we tried to, say, drop off more boards or something like that, we're going to end up with it being too full. So you wouldn't be able to get any more stuff in here. So the problem that I have is getting this stuff all worked on in some way that makes a lot of sense. Like, in other words, when they come in here, they kind of block each other. And this is something else I tried to work on, but then quickly gave up. Like, see, I can't put a signal anywhere but here. And the problem is when I have a signal, you know, like when I have two trains in here, they end up stopping all the way up here, right? So what I think I'm going to do is just assign one train to this, so that, because I can't put signals close enough to here, I've already tried it, that they don't block the whole thing up. So what I think I'm going to do is have them just work on this one. All right, and then I need to come down here and figure out which one of these isn't being worked on. I guess it was that one. All right, that doesn't connect. Why doesn't that? Oh, because you're still, oops. Okay. So because you're still, so what else? Let's get rid of this one. You know what? I don't want to cancel that. Let's get rid of this one. And then I want to assign that and that. All right. Okay, so that was that one. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't one of these. And I think what I would do, like I said, is get this one worked on, because this one I can put a signal far enough back that we could free all this up without this signal on the other side, if that makes sense. And another thing I decided I wanted to do is this is causing, I need to make this like more like one block, because they're coming head on to each other, all these different construction cranes. And so what I think I'm going to do for right now is just get rid of like all of this signaling in here. Now the problem with this is that they come into here And like any train that's trying to come into here, it gets fouled up by these construction trains. Does that make sense? So for right now, I'm just going to get rid of all of this signaling. You know what? I should probably leave signals right here. Let's try that. They're not going to be a chain signal. It'll just be regular two-way. Well, I really should make it one-way, right? That might cause a few less problems. So let's see if that at least gets them in and out with, you know, because they should be able to cross over here, even though it's not signaled like it was before. And then the other thing, yeah, no, I think that's it. So I'm hoping that, because right now they're just really fouling each other up a lot. And then this guy, he still has a question mark. Why does he have a question mark? I mean, this should be a chain signal. Well, you know what? It could probably be a regular signal. No, you know what? It should be a chain signal. Really, all of them should be. You know what? No, let's do a regular signal. Sorry. There we go. Right, but we'll try to do the. Oh, that's right. Did we get? Yeah, there was an issue here, but we got that fixed. So they should be able to do one way in and one way out now, right? But he wasn't pulling in far enough here previously, and that should be a two-way signal. All right, so let's see. Why do you have a question mark on you? All right, let's close that for a second because we got too much junkola open. And I don't even, yeah, see, there we go. So these guys are busy doing something, but we'll get each of our construction offices open. And let's play it again and see why are you having a question mark? I mean, you should be able to come up here. Now you have a red signal, but that's just because we have trains. Construction trains. There you go. You got rid of your question mark. Very good. So that's another topic for another moment. But at least we have this guy to where he should sneak out there, and then these guys should be able to sneak out, even though they won't sneak until these construction cranes are all the way through this. And then unfortunately, in some ways, my crisscross is all the way up here, right? So if they have to go to a different track, it's kind of far away for them to, like, it would be better if my crisscross had been made over here. And I could put a signal here, but then, yeah, you know what? That might make sense. Let's try that. And then we'll just put, because we can make it a one-way here, right? And hopefully they won't mess each other up. So if we do, right? So that way, you know, they're forced onto the right track, which is fine when they're coming through here, but then they should be able to switch. Now what's going on here? We have no bricks. And we have no bricks because we're full of other junk. And we're full of other junk because we've either canceled projects or whatever else. And so you're heading off to do what? You are working on this, which requires bricks. So you took the very last of the bricks, didn't you? And then you should come back. Yeah, EP2, let's see, make sure we're working on this one of all of them. No, so you kind of canceled what you were doing, or you didn't grab the next. Yeah, Railroad 25. Okay, so you are assigned to that. So you should send somebody out to work on that, right? Are you waiting for this guy to come back? Yeah, so if you haven't already figured out, this episode is going to be a straightening out messes kind of episode, which I guess you could call a construction episode. We probably should continue on with at least looking at our construction things. I just want to see what this guy does real fast. Does he get in and out of there and loop around, or does he? It looks like he still has material. So when he comes back in here, is he going to make this whole problem worse? Because he's going to drop stuff off and then need something else. Yeah, he just dropped off more prefab panels. Let's close this. That train seems to be doing okay. At least he's not sitting there going back and forth with a question mark anymore. Yeah, so I don't see they're not getting what they need because we have so many prefab panels in here. We can't just take them over to here, but what we could do is, you know what, let's switch our construction. As goofy as this sounds, I want you to get prefab panels. Can we, oops, can we assign you to get your it's not suitable. All right, so that's not going to work to try to get prefab panels out of there. We're going to have to get some trucks. So I think the first thing we need to do is get this guy out of there because we don't want him dropping off any more prefab panels, right? And let's go see, yeah, in this depot here, we don't have any, I can see there's no open haul trucks. Let's snake down here real quick. Oh, look, good. 2 open haul trucks. Let's move those off the side because we're, again, getting a lot of stuff open. We don't need this open, I don't think. At least not for the moment. And we don't need that open because that's the other thing. And then this is that other open haul, which, yeah, that's a little closer to where we want to go. So these 2 trucks, I'd like to get them to come here. Right, and we're going to have to give them a destination. Why don't we send them to here and see if this frees things up enough, right? Like, so we'll say you go there and unload. And you go there and unload. Now, I understand this might cause problems, but we can always, like, divert them, right? So I want you to come in here. Thank you, game save. And I want you to load panels. All right, so why don't you get started because you have a little bit of a drive going. And you get started. But what a pain, right? I wish there was some other way you could do this, you know? Now, why do you have bricks in there? That's kind of strange, too, that he would have bricks. So as a matter of fact, whenever you do get to unloading, why don't you unload bricks and prefab panels? Because that's the guy that we just parked in here. Why would he pick up bricks at some point in his life? I don't know. Well, anyway, unload anything. All right, so now, where is our steel truck? Is this the steel truck for here? Yes. Okay, so we got trains coming out somehow. So let's just see. But I still want to get some of those prefab panels. And if you look, we've also got a lot of gravel. Now, some of this would be fixed if we weren't just working on bridges, right? The fact that we're so busy working on bridges is sort of our problem. But good. At least this guy's out here. Yeah, he got bricks, and now he's working on the bridge, which is wonderful. So at least seem to be making progress on that front. Now, I would still like to, I want to move. Oops, that's not how you move them. I'll move these guys over here for a minute, just so we can, let's keep looking at our construction thing. Like, yeah, let's go just jump down there automatically. So you're working on, here, we can do this. I'm not always, I guess because I started the game sliding around, I just tend to slide like this every place now, but I should try to get in the habit of just jumping with the eyeball thing. All right, good. So we're making some progress over here. And it looks like we should have power to that. Right? Yeah, we got power here. And this is our transformer has power. Yep. And then this line is done. And that line goes all the way down to here. So good. So once he gets that substation done, which he is looking like he's on the last phase of it, or at least getting the materials for the last phase. And then he's also working on this. I guess the thing to do would be maybe, yeah, where are you at with this? So you're dropping off materials there. So you know what? I'm going to give you some roads to do, even though you're not necessarily the greatest road builder. It'll keep you out of my hair for a little while, right? So let's shrink that guy down. And then let's see how, we're just going to go right around in a circle here, hopefully before we have, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. We'll just keep going. We'll get these done. So we just want to check and make sure this guy doesn't have any errors. He should have trains. Let's go. Yep, this guy's moving somewhere, burning fuel. Yep, good. So they're heading out to do work. That's with no error messages. Why are you all the way down there? Strange. I don't understand why you would have gone all the way down there. Because he should be assigned to work on over here, right? Or did I have you doing something and I'm forgetting now? Let's just double check. No, power plants, that would be, yeah, you should be working over here. I don't understand why you would go. Maybe it was because, I don't know. We'll see. It's sometimes I get frustrated by these trains and the directions that they seem to head. But look, they're good. There comes our gravel train back up again. That's good news. Oh, even though I don't know that that was the gravel train causing us problems. All right, let me keep moving on, checking what these guys are doing. Good. So Energenisk, which is another office I usually will put up here as I go. Looks like they're kind of on the last phase of each of those projects, aren't they? So we could probably... Yeah, look, they're working on that gas station, which is good. So once that gas station's done, we'll have to relatively quickly get them some... So I'll just give him one more. Get them some fuel in there, of course. All right, good. So that'll be going. And then we can, once this is done, we can even talk about bringing some materials up here. Good. All right, so now we have these guys in here. Let me open both of them. And just since the other one's number 2. So you were working on rail crossing road, and you are, yeah, you are like a good paver crew. Yeah, I don't, what you know, you're going to be done that project, I'm assuming, pretty soon. So one of the things, now that we're done designing down here, we could probably tell them to go do this, right? Shrink that down. And now these are my bridge building guys, just because they tend to have mixers and whatnot for these bridges. Now this road is done, so you should be able to, are you, oh, you're already, okay, so you're already working on those two. These bridges are done, that bridge is done. That's a railroad bridge that we're working on, I hope. Yeah, so I don't know that you're going to have that much to do this episode, or in between episodes, just because that we could probably have you doing just something, right? Yeah, you know what, now that I think about it, why don't you just see if you can even, if he fails miserably, we'll know it in a minute. You know what, no, cancel that for now. Let's wait till he's done those other things, and then we'll, no real urgency is there. All right, so now we just assigned you to build something to keep you busy, right? And I usually put him down here at the bottom. Yeah, you're doing another components factory. That's fine. Keep you busy. Out of my hair. And you have nothing to work on. And you are another more or less paving type crew. But maybe you are the one that we just assign, like, kind of do whatever you can to get that going, right? And then if he doesn't have, we didn't get a message right away, did we? No. So, like, in other words, he can at least bring some asphalt and stuff like that over here. Even if he, and workers, they can probably, they might not have a covered haul or something like that to work on it, but at least they can make some progress. Okay, because it's good. So all of our regular construction guys are working, except we didn't check this railroad station. Okay, good. I did see some actual, oh, look, we got a voltage issue happening here. That's right, it's one of the reasons. Yep, so you are in the tunnel apparently. which is, or okay, it just pointed at the tunnel, even though you're over here. Okay, good. So these guys are still both plugging away at that. That's the other thing to check. All right, so now, what are you two doing? Get back to this problem. Yeah, so you're running back and forth. You know what? So now, yeah, you're full of those. We're gonna send both of you guys just to sit in here for a minute, rather than stupidly running back and forth. Now, if we could use some more... So, in other words, those guys just took what they could, and now, hopefully, this is... Yes, look, it's got the problem straightened out. So now what we can probably do... Well, let's see, because I don't want to... Well, yeah, no, what we can do is... This guy has, what, some bricks? Why don't we get him started back up? And then I think what we can do is get one of these guys. Yeah, I want you to go to E65 open storage, but then I want you to wait to unload. Right, that is, yeah, that is that one, number 2, right? Yeah, there you go. All right, so I want you to go up there and wait, and then I don't want you to load, yeah, do nothing. So that way, if you do run back and forth, I don't want you to take stuff back out of there, right? Yeah, and this guy, what did he do? Did he put... Oh, it looks like he got rid of his bricks. No, they're still in there. It's just 0.007 tons of bricks. It's like 8 bricks, right? All right, well, good. Anyway, we're now why are you stopped? Because you guys stopped there. Yeah. All right. All right, so that... I think, yeah. Like I said, I wish that this was further. Yeah, no matter what I do, I seem to be getting those kind of backups. So hopefully this won't cause too many problems. All right, so do we have this kind of straightened out? Well, yeah, this guy has to get off the track, I think. And they still at least should be going one way here, right? And then they should switch over like you just might have noticed that guy did. So at least if it comes to trains coming the other way, we shouldn't have too many problems. Now, why is it still red? Oh, because that guy's not off of it yet. It just takes a long time. There we go. So now, yeah, it's going to slow the whole process down until I can get this mess straightened out. And I can't really end my crisscross. I mean, I could put another one in, like, way down here, right? Would it be worth doing that? It's worth thinking about. Yeah, let's do that. Then we could turn, well, I don't know. I hate to build things that I know I'm just going to destroy a little bit later, right? All right, so we have 3 trains out there working. As soon as this guy, see, and this is what I'm talking about, like, if I put this signal here, this guy doesn't get off of this track, right? It makes this part of that massive block. There we go. And I'm sure somebody's going to have a suggestion, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break here in a few minutes now that we got things kind of straightened out. And again, the fiasco is going to just be that, you know, this construction thing is just really messing us up. And I'm not sure how to stop them from coming head to head when they're coming back on the wrong tracks, right? That's really part of the problem there. All right, well, anyway, once that guy gets off. So why don't I pause it here now, and then I will come back when there's something a little bit more exciting happening. Okay. Action is happening. It's good. So we've got some, I don't know, I let about 5 or 10 minutes pass, so to speak. And what I decided to do now was get these guys emptied back out, right? So I set this guy on his way. But if you look over here, and again, I'm not sure ever how much you guys can read. Probably depends on if you're watching it on your phone or a big PC monitor to some degree. But so this guy should be dropping off all of his prefab panels. And then the other guy already did that we set up. So once this guy gets done, I'll send him real quick back over to the depot. And then we could talk about the other guy, you know, just getting these, you know, just getting the one truck back to doing what they were doing. But other than that, we haven't had any rail mess ups. And again, I know this isn't, you know, as efficient as maybe it could be, but until we make some real improvements, I just don't want to, I'd rather it just run without me paying attention to it than cause all kinds of problems. The other thing is our little fiasco down the other end hasn't happened again over by Farmingsky, and yeah, so that's been better. But other than that, we've been keeping up. Okay, so now this truck can go back to the depot. Right there. And then this guy, this is his normal thing, right? Unload, wait. Yeah, he doesn't have any bricks in him anymore. All right, so I want you to go back and start your normal route. You might as well go refill. Good. So I think that the little fiasco of canceling too many jobs is now over. Now, I get confused because I think one of the things that's happening too is that it's like if they take too many bricks out, like I didn't cancel any jobs, I don't think, that would have caused these bricks to come back in here. So I'm not sure how much is just them not being real smart about how much they take out. I don't know. But we should be using up plenty of bricks, so that shouldn't be a... Well, this is prefab panels. Yeah, this... So we have two different... Why? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, the first part of it is bricks. The next part's prefab. So we still have another bridge to go where we'll use up bricks. But we do have this train working on that. And then once he gets this bridge done, we should be able to... Well, I can't put a signal on the bridge. Huh? Well, we'll have to see. It might just be a real slow and painful thing. I'm okay with that taking a long time just because, you know, it's really going to be here to serve Nueve Revergrad, which is just more or less a grass field with a few trees in it right now. So we got months worth of work, well, decades worth of work in the game to probably months even in real life as far as episodes go. So, okay. So anyway, the next thing I want to do is see about getting this guy fired up, so to speak. So right now we only have this one working, and I'm pretty content to keep just that one working for right now. But what I do want to do is not have that guy waiting there. I want him to wait here. And then that way, you know, I'm not so concerned about how many we're making until we get, oh look, this guy's waiting. Why is he waiting? Oh look, so we got this filled with, oh no, we don't have it filled. So why are you sitting there like a nincompoop? What are you doing? Go. Go, buddy, go. Oh, look, cancel, go to depot. Yeah, don't go to the depot. Who put him on? I don't know. I don't think I would have come in here and told him to go to the depot. Well, you can unload stuff, can't you? Oh, you're going to get fuel. Okay. Well, fine. Go get fuel. Okay, yeah, I don't know if he sat there until he ran out of fuel, but okay, go get fuel. Now, this is something else I noticed in between the episodes a while ago, and I forgot to mention it. There's no graphics for the steel. I don't know, certainly nothing I did that I'm aware of, but it is a bit annoying because that's one of the ways I check to see how things are going, right? See, look, it just went up. He just dropped off more. This guy. So it's working fine. It's just a graphics glitch. So I don't know if the devs watch my videos. I tend to doubt it. But if they did, there you go. There's a bug. And I have no idea why. There's nothing I would have done. Wouldn't know how to cause it if I tried, right? So what do we have? We have plastic here and we have chemicals here now. So we probably need to get 2 covered hulls to do what this guy's doing. And like I said, I'm going to have them wait down here, you know, and then we'll just get this one really fired up and going, and then maybe we can get the other ones going. So I don't think I have any covered holes that are sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, there's a depot. There's a depot over here. No, there is no. Oh yeah, there's the depot there. No, that's a empty construction office. There's a depot here. And that's got buses. I don't mind checking my depots periodically so that I remember what's in where. So we seem to have a few extra buses, which keep in the back of our minds. And then the depot here. So no, so we don't have any. So let's just go back all the way back to here. And let's get 2 more covered holes. Here, there. And one of these guys is going to have the job of going from chemicals to here, switch that to unload before I forget, and get the chemicals going. Yeah, it would be nice if they had a button, wouldn't it, that said just all chemicals? Like, you know, somehow you could just, I don't know, double click on this or something and it would just set that up that way. All right, so there we go. So that guy should be able to start, right? Load, unload, unload. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait when you get down to this one. Close that. And then this guy is going to go get plastics. And yeah, you're going to go from there to here. And plastics. Let's not forget the load unload thing, because I love to forget the load unload thing. Yeah, nothing like having a load bus route or truck route. And then you wonder why it's not doing what you expected it to do. All right, so wait, and then start. So that should get us a steady supply now, right? I mean, we got a bunch of trucks coming up to here, and then we have a train that should be coming there. Where is our train? What are you doing? Okay, so you're just, yep, you're down there waiting for more chemicals. Good. Now, what is your route? Okay, you're just coming between the 2 places. So, yeah, so this is probably something we can improve right now. Let's just check now that we're, oh, look, okay. Well, so at least if they're going in there now, our one-way thing it seems to be helping a little bit anyhow. You know, I'm sure that it's not perfect, but at least, I don't know, at least it's not jammed up right this minute. I guess that's sometimes in life, don't look for problems. They'll find you, trust me. All right, so this guy, I'm thinking what we want to do with him actually is why don't we just have him come down here, right? Like we have a train thing here. So if we were to, should he come which way first? I don't know that it matters. I mean, I guess I'd rather him come to the plastics first, right? Because we run out of plastics theoretically. So then I want you to add a stop here. And I want you to unload. Oh, wait, this is chemicals, right? No, that's plastics. Oops, glad I checked. That's right here. Yep. Yeah, so rather than doing any of this with trucks, we'll say, okay, come down here next and unload chemicals. And yeah, there's no sense in sending him. And then do we want him to wait here? Yeah, I think for now we'll have him wait here, just because I don't really feel like it being a thing, right? So the covered trailer loading chemicals. Yeah, you know what? You are now done Go back to a depot, especially while you're empty. Yeah, come back over to here. Yeah, because he doesn't have anything in him, so good. So we intercepted him, and we have an extra covered wagon for whatever else. Well, really, I shouldn't have closed him. Yeah, I have no idea where he... Oh, yeah, well, he'll be associated with this, right? Nah, we don't have that same little box here. All right, well, when he gets down to here, what we could talk about is, you know, I think I would like... I mean, these electronic components are not cheap. And what I'm thinking of is... we don't really have them coming into here, do we? So how are you getting your electronic components? Do we have a... That's right, we have a covered truck here. And you were going to here to load. Yep. So now what we can do, what do we have in here? You were bringing mechanical components. Good, I thought that out pretty well. I'm impressed. All right, so now let's come back to... Are we going to be cheap and wait for this guy? Yeah, I have no idea where that truck was. It would have been good to... Is that the one? Oh, look at that. Bang. Yeah, so I want to switch you around. Let's close this. And I'm going to have you... I mean, we might as well take electrical components to a couple places. This guy doesn't really carry a ton of them, does he? But what I want you to do is let's add a stop here and here. And then we were sort of jamming electrical components into this guy, weren't we? And here. Now we don't have a good way of getting electrical components over to this, do we? But it really might be, I think I might want to fix that even in this episode here, where we go ahead and get, you know, get some electric, like get a parking spaces here so we can start talking about, you know, parking trucks there. Yeah, so let's get this guy straightened out. Did I just delete the wrong stop? Yeah, Electronville Warehouse. That should be where we load. Electrical components, and then here. Oops. Yeah, we definitely want to drop them off here. And then we want to drop them off here. Now, we're not going to have that guy waiting, but at least, you know, we'll have the electrical components into here for any of the construction that those guys are doing. But really, when you get down to it, this is where we're going to be using the most of them, right, as we go to do tracks. So as far as getting electrical components in here, I think what we want to do is build a, even after all this time, I think there's going to be enough train construction in the near future, and adding more trucks into this, it's already a fiasco. So let's see about doing a little construction here real quick. Yes, road construction, road cargo station. You know, I would definitely want to take it. Why don't we do it like this? And let's see. I have kind of worked out that if you, you know what, let's level. Oh, I need a free bulldozer. Do I not? I have bulldozers. I have lots of bulldozers. All over the place I have bulldozers. Though we might have to wait for them to get all the way down here, right? Because I tend to buy bulldozers when I need them. Yeah, you know what? we'll be patient about it and say, I want you to come. I think you're full. Will you work from that far? Yeah, we'll find out. We'll just have them go there slowly. And I may do that, depending on how long that takes, I may get them down there. And I might have to move him over to here, too. But I think we're going to put some parking spaces in here, and we might even consider like an aggregate storage, if we can get it in there. Just because I think that's just a mess. It's just a mess. All right, let's turn that off. Let's take a quick look at our guys and how they're doing. Oh, these guys, Przink only has one, and they're almost done it. So let's zap over there. Good. Okay, good. So they got those roads done. So now we can assign them some more things here. You know, work on that first. Why don't you work on 2 buildings? That'll keep you out of my hair. And then, are we building railroad tracks still? We don't seem to be making a lot of progress, but I see a train going by, so that's, I'm assuming we'll just stop by and check on him again. Over here. No, why do we only have 1 assigned to this guy? Did you just, sometimes it seems like they finish like right at the perfect spot, so to speak. Oh, this is why. Because he did this number, that's exactly what caused that problem. See that? Like they go to work back here, but then it's like not attached, and they didn't assign themselves this one, right? So, fine. There we go. So now that's why you check. Probably should even think about keeping those open more often, but for a while there, they were just working on the tunnels, so I didn't worry about it too much. All right, so Przink North is in good shape. Energenisk is not assigned anything. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so we need to get before that starts causing problems, I need to get some fuel in there. And then good, we got 2 more constructions over here. So let's just assign them to both of them. Which actually should work out pretty well, because this should just need covered or open haul. And then this should need the ground equipment for a little while. So that should get them pretty efficiently working on that. And then this guy will be ready to be fired up, which I think we'll do very shortly here as far as, you know, getting some supplies up to him. At least the, you know, open storage ones. All right, so let's come here and see. Yeah, that's this guy here, I think. And all of this is a road construction crew, like geared up towards paving roads. And all of the roads are paved in this whole area. And I don't have any roads planned out for Revergrad, so that sounds like I need to work on leveling Nueve Revergrad, which I'm not going to do during an episode just because, yeah, I mean, it's going to be boring, and, you know, but I do want to, you know, make this a construction episode. So now we're at this bridge. So one of the things that I realized, somebody was talking about, you know, we're going to bus people in here. I didn't put any bus stops, and I don't even know if I can fit one in. I mean, I got so much going on that I don't even know if I can get a bus stop in here. So let's take a look. Because even if we build a town over here, we don't bus them over from the city of Revergrad, I still... Yeah, I mean, it's close to fitting, but, you know, there's just, well, we could get it. Let's see, let's go to the electrical thing and just get an idea. Oops. Electrical thing. You know, the electrical thing is kind of similar to how far they would be able to walk. Yeah, I mean, we'd probably need... Yeah, we'd probably need 2, but we got 2 spaces, so let's go in here and... Yeah. Thank you, game save. Yeah, will you attach like right there? Attach the road, not the walking path. There we go. So that, oops, didn't need to cancel that. Trying to do it. That's fine. There. So as if there wasn't enough stuff to build, and I think those will be plenty close enough to get people, but that does mean we need to get some. Yeah, these are roads. We'll see. I don't know. See, I don't think I can get a walking path through here. Would be cool if you could do like a walk, like City Skylines has a footpath bridge, right? Like, you know, so we'll have to see. I'm not sure. Like, this will be no problem. They'll go to here, and I can build a, you know, we can get, I don't want to attach them to the roads at this point, but we can get footpaths there. But the problem is, see what I mean? I can't get a footpath. I mean, we could possibly go like that. But then I think that's going to be too long. Like, this guy would have to, yeah, we're kind of boxed in. I guess we might even have, well, you know what, though? Yeah, same thing here. We might need like 2 more bus stops. But that would give us a little more control, right? Like, you know, especially if we're busing people from all the way down there, where we could have a lot of buses coming into the area feeding, and they wouldn't tend to jam each other up too much. All right, you know what, just so I remember, we don't have to actually build them. I think I would tuck this guy in here. Let's spin him around like this. All right, and then this one, will you tuck in there? No, how about here? No. All right, we'll just put you like here then. Well, you know what, we're gonna put you down this way a little more. I know that's gonna mess up our road a bit, but that's all right. There we go. So now, again, I won't put in the footpaths, but that should be enough bus stops. As if we don't have enough. Look at all that. That's a lot of stuff jammed into a small area. It looks like a bomb went off right at this point, doesn't it? All right, good. So that's another problem solved, which is the point of these construction episodes. Is this is what I do when I say, oh, I didn't do that much in between the episodes. I went around and got all of those little things taken care of. Okay, so how are we doing here? We are producing electrical components. Well, it's slowly but surely going up. Now, you know, we don't have a ton of people coming in here, but again, we'll ramp that up as time goes on. And we should have a truck dropping off electrical components. Now, right here, yeah, let's take the purchase. Yeah, let's cancel purchasing electrical components there. Now, why do we not have this? So I'm going to go a little higher because I think, yeah, it'll drop it back down. You know what? Let's go to, there you go. There, 50-50. Good, look, he's going to drop off more right this minute. Wonderful, because I don't think we need anything else in here. Good, so that should give us plenty of mechanical components coming into there. And then did we get our bulldozer over here yet? Or is he, nah, he's slower than molasses. Good, so we are theoretically making electrical components. Now, I don't think we're going to use too many out of here, but just to see what happens, I want to cancel this as well. And yeah, so that's, you know, we'll have enough, I hope, there. And we're not having a train fiasco right here. Most wonderful. Good, good, good. And fuel. I think I just want to take this guy, right? And he's going all the way over to there. And I hope this doesn't cause too many problems, but I want to select this, and I want to say add a stop here. And I want you to unload fuel. right? And so he should, it'll take him a while running back and forth, but I still want him to wait here. Oh, is he on the road? No, somebody must have come and filled it. I saw numbers flashing. There you go. So he's now on the road, so I'll put the weight back on there. And then what I'll have him do, and I think he should be able to keep up, we're not going to use that much fuel over here compared to over there. And the other thing I'll do is when we have this guy ready to go, we can, you know, we could also have him fuel up. So he'll have a run where he does those 3, I hope. Okay, yeah, we didn't do the power here. We need to get that done, which I would tend to want to do. Oh, look, he's not doing anything anyway. So let's come in here and where is it? It doesn't connect. Yeah, this is another, I didn't, you know, like I connected them at one point, but I've found that if you delete them at this, you know, demolish them, and then come back in with your, that's medium, we want high power. Right, so now I just did that, and we'll commit to it, and then we'll assign it, and it assigns fine. So I don't, there's some little bug, I guess you could call it, something about these not being completed or something along those lines. So then we might as well just assign him the remainder of the electrical over here, and then eventually, once that electrical's done, then I'll feel comfortable firing up this gas station where they won't stop in there dumbly waiting for waiting for the power to turn back on, right? So good. So that's keeping that. Oh, look, we're around here with railroad tracks. Wonderful. We are getting there. And then how are we doing on this bridge? Not what I would call impressive. How are we doing in here? Now look, see, he's backing himself up with prefab panels. And yet he has no steel. Is it because I have... What's this guy doing? No, he's just a construction guy going by. So why are we backing ourselves up with prefab panels? You know, I mean, you guys have... I mean, in between the little break there, I didn't cancel any construction. It's just... You know, it's like they're coming out and then they're coming back with too many and then they drop them off. And then now, like, if we ground to a complete halt, I'm going to cancel both of their construction projects. And then I'm going to reassign. Come on, the right one. Yeah, that one. No, not that. And then that one. And then this one. And see, now we can't get steel in and out. Well, at least we have these 2 trucks here, right? So, I mean, I guess I can maybe just try to do it with one. So we're going to load prefab panels. You know what? I'm going to send you up to here. And tell you to unload and wait. We'll just do one train and... Yeah, wait. Or one truck, I mean. Yeah, this is you know, this is a problem. Like, because again, I didn't do anything to cause that. I'm perfectly willing to admit when I cause problems. They're often, but this is really just some sort of bugginess. I mean, I think you guys saw a little earlier in the video that was going pretty well. But I just also noticed that we are now at darn near the 1 hour mark. So I think what I would like to do, now that we had some problems straightened out, we had a nice construction episode. This guy is working on what? Oh, that's right. See, missing truck with covered haul. That's fine. So we're going to cancel him from doing that. But he got all the groundwork there he could done. So why don't we just have him do some more groundwork here, right? Just to keep him doing something. And what about this guy before we leave? Yeah, that's electrical number 2. We had electrical number, yeah, that's 2. And he is, yeah, he's our like bridge builder. So we can have him going down to here. Yeah, so I closed electrical number 1. What is, they don't look like they're doing much either. So this is the road paving. And I really don't think I have much of anything for them to do. They were working on this, I think. So, yeah, we really need to get this construction office going. Maybe get these guys switched down to there, and at the same, well, maybe not, because I think I need to really get this worked on, the leveling. So I think between the episodes, I may or may not run much time if it starts frustrating me with this bulldozer leaving all the time. But I want to try to get more of this leveled out, so at the very least we can start getting some roads and some things like that. And I'm going to need another construction office. Like I could only level so far into here, but where we would definitely need one maybe up in this corner. And it might not hurt to bring some extra supplies up this way eventually if we, tuck a construction office kind of up out of the way. And that wouldn't hurt for future building over this way in general. All right, guys. Well, we're definitely over an hour now. And again, I would go longer sometimes. It gets a bit long for me anyway, but at the same time, it messes with my rendering software. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And I would probably expect most likely another construction episode, but we'll see. Or maybe we might even start doing a planning episode just to get Revergrad going, right? And then we'll go back to some construction episodes. So, well, I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.